Startups dying right after raising millions is not just a sad headline. It's a gut punch. You pour your soul into building something real, something that could shake the world, and then it just crashes. Silence. Nothing. That burning fire that was supposed to launch you into the stratosphere fizzles out, and you're left wondering, why? Why does this happen over and over again? Why do so many founders, visionaries, those who dared to dream bigger, get crushed after they finally break through that impossible milestone, the massive funding round? It's no secret. Money alone does not save a startup. If anything, money can make things worse. When millions flood in, something inside the fragile ecosystem of that startup shifts, except it rarely shifts towards survival. It shifts towards chaos, distortion, distraction, and false security. Millions in the bank too often become a trap disguised as a blessing. You think, now we're unstoppable. But what actually happens is the system starts to wobble under its own weight. Here's the brutal truth. Nobody likes to say out loud. Raising millions can kill your startup faster than running out of money. Because suddenly, everything is bigger, too fast, louder. And the core that made you exceptional, your vision, your mission, your raw hunger, gets buried under layers of bureaucracy, overconfidence, and misaligned priorities. Many founders wake up on the other side of the raise only to find the enemy isn't out there. It's inside. It's the poison of easy money turning concentration into dilution of purpose. The pain of trying to control what can't be controlled. The pressure of pleasing new investors, juggling new stakeholders, bloated teams, shifting strategies that sound smart but don't actually move the needle. It's overwhelming. It's confusing. It kills the heartbeat of the startup. And no, it's not just about bad leadership. This is deeper than that. It's about the system we've built around startups. It glorifies the raise, worships growth at all costs, then leaves founders desperate and alone when the complexity crushes the fire that made them exceptional in the first place. The stories of failure don't always get told in boardrooms. They get lived in isolation, with quiet desperation. But here's where it gets good, where the fire can be rekindled, where the story flips. Because this cycle, this madness, it's not inevitable. The death of a startup after its raise is a symptom of misunderstanding a fundamental rule. Money does not make you powerful. Your mind, your focus, your connections, your culture, and your relentless alignment with your core mission. That's the real power. Ask yourself, who are the few truly rare founders who survived the raise fire and kept their startups alive, even thriving? What did they do differently? One thing stands out like a beacon. They refused to let the money distract them from their true path. They built structures in their team, in their culture, in their decision-making that amplified clarity instead of noise. They fought not for growth at all costs, but for aligned growth, slow, intentional, and controlled. Here's a secret for those who want their startup to live longer than the hype. Master the art of ruthless focus. Kill distractions with surgical precision. Let every decision, every hire, every dollar spent scream back at you. Does this serve the core mission or kill it? If it doesn't serve the fire you started with, cut it loose. Fast. Don't build a team to impress. Build the team you need. Those who burn as fiercely as you do. Those fiercely complementary, not just filling seats or titles. Next, embrace the magic that happens outside the echo chamber. When money flows, it's tempting to surround yourself with yes men, with people who feed your ego. But the truth that keeps the rare alive is brutal honesty. Build your fortress not on comfort, but on critical voices. Those who don't just nod, but challenge, who question everything, because they want to help you avoid the traps you can't see. True power comes from having the courage to tear apart your own assumptions every single day and rebuild them better. And here's where most fall. They forget that startup success is a long game, not a sprint. Patience, real patience, doesn't mean waiting passively. It means grinding relentlessly, aligned with a vision that could take years to see through. The startups that die after raising millions are often too busy showing progress, too busy chasing the next report or press headline to nurture what truly matters: culture, resilience, adaptable strategy. They burn out the minute the crowd stops watching. Leaders who survive know they need to be sovereign over their time, their vision, their will. The money didn't buy them freedom. It threatened their freedom. They had to build armor to protect their autonomy, to guard against the temptation of easy fixes that lead to shortcuts, and shortcuts lead off the cliff. Decision by decision, day by day, they built a fortress not of walls, but of values. Then comes the hardest truth. The startup world wants products and growth, but it forgets that it is people who build products and fuel growth. After the raise, founders often lose sight of this most human truth. The team isn't a database of skills. It's a living ecosystem of wills and hearts. You must nurture and protect this ecosystem fiercely. Culture is not a buzzword. It's survival. The startups that perish are those that let culture rot under the weight of speed and pressure. But those that rise, they cultivate trust like their life depends on it, because it does. So how do you fix it? How do you create a startup immune to the false lull of easy money? You do this by rewriting the invisible rules you play by. Reject the lies of comfort and consensus that the system sold you. Build a rebel mindset. Question everything. Even the investor's hype, the public's expectations, your own ego. Real power comes not from fitting in, but from standing out, standing firm with your unique vision and unlearning the dead habits that distract you. The survival code is brutal, but crystal clear. Be selective about every partnership, every hire, every move. Align only with those who burn as you do, who share the rare hunger, not just the paycheck. Build a network, not of acquaintances, but of fierce allies. The few whose sparks together can ignite real wildfire. Strength comes from your ability to unite differences, to turn contrast into power. Different skills, different perspectives, all aligned toward the same fire. This is not a call to obey a formula. It's a call to own your power, to practice freedom ruthlessly, to be the sovereign voice in the chaos of startups drowning in noise and distraction, to weave a new kind of startup, a network, a culture, a system that honors individuality and turns it into unstoppable unity. The truth is brutal, but liberating. Startups die after raising millions, not because of lack of resources, but because of loss of soul, loss of focus, loss of connection. The fix isn't in the money, it's in you. It's in reclaiming who you are beyond the titles, the money, the hype. It's in building a movement, a small yet fierce collective of minds and hearts that don't settle for borrowed lives or broken systems. So if there's any hunger left inside, any quiet electric pulse that says this is not the end, that somewhere there's a better way, that the startup game can be rewritten, then this moment is yours. Don't rush to fit in. Don't bow to what everyone says success looks like. Create your own rules. Find your few. Build with patience, with fire, with critical armor. Protect your vision and don't let anyone poison your hunger with easy lies. Because there is no power in millions alone. The power is in how you choose to carry that fire, how you align with the few who dare, how you transcend the system that wants to cage you. The future belongs to those who refuse the false freedom of comfort, who refuse to bend, who are ready to burn brighter than the world ever thought possible. And when that happens, that is the moment the startup no longer dies. It lives. It becomes unstoppable. It becomes the rare spark that lights the way for all the others lost in the noise. This is how to win after the raise, not by clinging to the past, but by unleashing who you truly are. There is no magic in millions, only in the mastery of self, the untamed drive, the relentless alignment with a mission that fuels every cell and every breath. If that sounds like you, then keep watching, keep building, keep burning, because what you're about to unleash will redefine everything.